Hard to beat even a team like this twice. I mean, convincingly like you did.
You know, arena games are always hard, just because the other teams are really never out of it. So you're always, even if you have a 2-touchdown lead, or if they score, they get an onside kick, you're always worried. So, it's like we said, we never have any easy games in this league, but it's nice to get that 20-point victory.
Talk about, the balance you guys have on offense. I mean, you could throw it to just about anybody on any play, can't you?
I tell you, Amari has really stepped up the last 4 weeks now, and he's made great catches. And like you said, when we got 3 guys that not only can we go to them, but they're all scoring touchdowns too. Sometimes you get a guy who makes a lot of catches or something like that, but they're all scoring right now. So it makes us a little more difficult to defend, and it's great for me calling plays.
Do you have to consciously try to keep everybody happy? Is that?
I really don't think about it too much. I always try to spread it around. I think as a coordinator, you're always trying to, we have 3 good receivers and 4. I think Andy could be really good too down the road here. So, it's not like you're sitting there going, I got to keep them happy, but I think it just makes us a better team if I can spread it around and get them all catches.
Where did you find Andy, out of curiosity? I saw this was his first game tonight, wasn't it, Andy?
It's actually his 3rd. He 2 weeks ago he played a little bit more down in Orlando. Last week he didn't play too much, just special teams. He's a Miami of Ohio guy that he was in camp with the Falcons, and when I coached down in Georgia, there's a guy still down there with the Atlanta Falcons, so he recommended him, said, hey, there's a receiver we're cutting that's a good receiver, thinks he could be a good arena player. So we picked him up in the offseason, and like I said, Andy's got a lot of talent. I think he's going to be pretty good.
You guys, you had a couple interceptions taken away, and you still played your normal tenacious team.
Our defense really picked it up tonight. You could tell having DJ back obviously just picked up the intensity of our defense whenever he comes in the game. So I think we were more physical, especially in the defensive backfield. We created fumbles, we got more pressure on the quarterback, so our defense did it. I wish, I'm glad Adrian, made some of those field goals, and it was probably the right move to keep kicking them, but it would have been nicer if we could have got some touchdowns out of those and really got in a big lead.
We've talked a lot about your other receivers and your new receivers, but Goody is still, as good as he gets over the middle of the field. If you could talk about just especially over the middle, the big target that he is.
Goody is just, he's Goody. He's for 5 years now. He makes the big catches. He doesn't run real fast, but he runs great routes. I've never seen a guy so determined to make every single catch, and he still gives it to us. And I think the other teams kind of know he's going to run those shorter, intermediate routes, and he still comes up with the big catches. But you can always depend on Goody. If you're going to call his number, he's probably going to get it.
Well, you're right, but even at the end where you kind of had the game under control, he makes that leaping going. He put on.
We were really trying to just throw an easy out route, and whenever we do that out route, if the corner is peeking or comes up, then we throw it to Goody on the go route, and Shane thought he was peeking just enough. But that's a great catch by Goody. It's a good throw too.
Have you ever seen a game where the kicker gets one off the net
a couple times? Whenever it hits that middle bar, you have the chance because it just comes back farther.
Right.
So I've seen that a couple times, but Adrian's done a great job on his kickoffs all year. You just have to hope that the one time he hits the bar that we're there to get.
How much has he settled down? Because earlier this season it seemed like he was hearing some boo birds. He was struggling a little bit, and he's really been pretty good these last few weeks.
He had a great first game. The first game he played, I think he was 10 for 10 on extra points, and then he had a couple games where he missed a couple extra points. But really, a couple of those were bad holds, bad snaps. There's a lot more that went to it. So, we've been happy with Adrian all along. He's done a good job.
Well, we had this conversation at practice one day. That long snapper in your sport is a tough guy to find, isn't it?
It really is, and we don't really have a good one. We don't want to put, Goody's probably our best one, but we'd rather not have Goodman in there just because he's a receiver, and we don't want to get him hit or get him hurt. So, we just have to keep. We had a couple good ones that got hurt already. So now we're I think we're fourth long snapper already.
That puts a lot more pressure on Deeker than if you had a.
Well, it really does. You think in the outdoor game, they go with one long snapper basically the whole year. We've had 4, so every week you're working on new timing. So it's a little different.
And those guys, even though they get it, the laces back the same way every time.
Yeah, it's automatic with those guys.
So that's a overlooked part of your game.